Feels like every day there's a new headline about AI doing something incredible. Like writing a symphony or designing a skyscraper.
It's true. AI is evolving at an incredible pace.
But there's this one area where it's still kind of struggling, and that's with AI agents.
Ah, yeah, those little digital helpers that are supposed to automate all our tasks.
Exactly. Book our flights, manage our calendars, that sort of thing.
The promise is huge, but in reality, they often fall short when it comes to those more complex tasks.
Especially those multi-step processes that require juggling different tools and data sources.
Yeah, it's like they hit a wall when it comes to interacting with APIs.
APIs.
Application programming interfaces, basically the instructions that tell different software how to talk to each other.
Okay, so like if an AI agent needs to pull data from LinkedIn, then analyze it in Excel, and then summarize the results in an email,
Mhm.
it needs to know how to interact with the APIs for each of those programs.
Exactly, and that's where things get tricky. Traditional AI agents often struggle with this kind of API management, which can lead to errors, delays, and just plain frustration.
Okay, so where does Xpander.ai come into all this?
Well, they're claiming to have cracked the code with something called the Agent Graph System, AGS for short.
AGS, huh? Sounds intriguing.
I-
Tell me more.
Well, imagine AGS as a sophisticated roadmap that guides the AI agent through each step of a task, only offering the relevant tools at each stage.
So it's like it's breaking down those complex processes into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Exactly. And by doing so, it eliminates much of the clunkiness and confusion that traditional agents face when dealing with multiple APIs.
Okay, that makes sense. But does it actually work?
Well, according to Xpander.ai's own testing, AGS has boosted the success rate for multi-step tasks to a staggering 98%.
98%? That's incredible. What about speed and efficiency?
They're seeing tasks completed 38% faster and using 31.5% fewer tokens.
Hold on. Tokens.
Right, sorry. Tokens are the units of processing power used by these AI systems.
So fewer tokens mean lower costs.
Precisely. And because AGS makes AI agents so much more efficient, it translates directly into cost savings.
Now that's something businesses will love to hear. 98% success rate, faster processing times, and lower costs. Sounds almost too good to be true.
I know, right? But the results are there. And it all comes down to the way AGS leverages something called graph theory.
Graph theory. Isn't that like some super complicated math stuff?
It can be, but the basic idea is pretty simple. Think of it as a network of possibilities. And AGS acts as a guide, choosing the most efficient path for the AI agent to reach its goal.
So instead of just blindly stumbling through a task, it's strategically planning each step.
Exactly. And if it encounters an unexpected obstacle, AGS can actually adapt and try different approaches or even have backup plans.
So it's like having a super smart project manager built right into the software.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture, but I need a real-world example to really grasp this. How would AGS work in practice?
Sure. Let's say you need to research companies across different platforms like LinkedIn and Crunchbase, and then you want all that information neatly organized in Notion.
Okay, sounds like a pretty typical task for a business analyst or someone in market research.
Right. Now, with AGS, the AI agent wouldn't just blindly jump between those platforms, grabbing data haphazardly. It would use the right tool at the right time, following the proper data format every step of the way.
So no more getting lost in a sea of APIs or ending up with a jumbled mess of data.
Exactly. AGS ensures that the AI agent navigates even the most complex data schemas flawlessly.
That's impressive. So it sounds like this could be huge for businesses, especially those dealing with those kinds of complex workflows.
Absolutely. Imagine streamlining processes in finance, healthcare, manufacturing. Any industry that relies on multi-step tasks could see major benefits from this kind of streamlined automation.
Okay, so we've established that AGS has the potential to be a real game changer. But is it just for big tech companies, or can anyone access this technology?
That's where it gets even more interesting. Xpander.ai is focusing on making AGS accessible to everyone. They offer pre-built connectors that make it easier for developers to integrate this technology with existing systems.
So they're not just keeping this powerful tool locked away. They're trying to get it into the hands of people who can actually use it.
Exactly. It's all about democratizing access to advanced AI tools.
I like that. Making this kind of cutting-edge technology available to a wider audience. But you know me, I always have to ask the tough questions.
Go ahead, shoot.
We've talked about all the potential benefits, but what about the potential risks? I mean, if these AI agents are becoming so sophisticated and autonomous, could they pose a threat to jobs or even our privacy?
Those are valid concerns, and it's crucial that we address them head on. But I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. The key is to ensure that we develop and deploy AI responsibly with appropriate safeguards in place.
So it's not about fearing the technology itself, but about using it wisely and ethically.
Exactly. We need to be having those conversations now before these technologies become so pervasive that it's too late to course correct.
I couldn't agree more. We need to be thinking about the societal impact of AI and making sure that it benefits all of humanity, not just a select few. But hey, that's a conversation for another day.
Absolutely. There's a lot to unpack there.
For now, let's focus on the positive. Xpander.ai's AGS is a remarkable development with the potential to revolutionize how we automate complex tasks. And their commitment to accessibility means that this powerful technology could soon be within reach of businesses and developers of all sizes.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for AGS and for the field of AI agents as a whole.
Me too. And, I have a feeling we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Oh, I agree. This is just the beginning. It's really about mimicking how we humans approach complex tasks. We break them
Yeah.
down into smaller steps, right?
Yeah, create a to-do list, prioritize the steps.
Exactly. And that's precisely what AGS allows AI agents to do, only with a level of precision and efficiency we haven't seen before.
So it's like having a super smart project manager built into the software.
Precisely. And that's the kind of reliability and adaptability that could make AGS-powered AI agents incredibly valuable in real-world scenarios.
It's like they can finally think ahead and plan for contingencies instead of just reacting to each step as it comes.
Right. They can anticipate potential roadblocks and have alternative paths ready to go. It's a game changer for AI agent technology.
This all sounds incredibly promising. We've talked about how AI is changing the world for a while now, but this feels like a real step toward that sci-fi future where AI seamlessly integrates into our lives.
I agree. This could be a pivotal moment in the evolution of AI agents. We're moving beyond simple tasks and into the realm of complex, multi-step processes that can be reliably automated.
And Xpander.ai is right there on the front lines, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Their work with AGS and these so-called agentic interfaces is definitely turning heads in the tech world.
Agentic interfaces, what are those exactly?
Now, Xpander.ai calls this interaction layer between AGS and the user agentic interfaces. Essentially, it's how we humans give commands and get feedback from these smart agents.
Okay, so it's like the dashboard or control panel for the AGS, the way we interact with this whole system.
Exactly. And it needs to be intuitive and user-friendly so that anyone can harness the power of AGS without needing a degree in computer science.
Makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how other companies and developers respond to this innovation. Will they try to create their own versions of AGS, or will they embrace Xpander.ai's platform?
That's a great question, and one that I'm sure a lot of people in the tech industry are pondering right now. The potential is huge, and I think we're going to see a lot of activity in this space in the coming months and years.
It feels like we're at the beginning of something really big here. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on where this could all lead? We've talked about specific tasks, but could AGS-powered agents eventually handle even bigger things? Like, could they run entire companies?
That's a fascinating question, and it's one that a lot of people are asking right now. If AGS can truly make AI agents this reliable and efficient, it's not hard to imagine them taking on increasingly complex roles.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, think about coordinating entire business processes, managing intricate supply chains, or even assisting with scientific research and development.
Wow, those are some pretty high-level tasks. We're
Right.
talking about AI agents that could potentially make major decisions that impact entire industries.
Exactly. And those are just a few examples. The possibilities really are endless.
It's mind-blowing to think about the potential here.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away, let's bring it back down to earth for a moment. What does this mean for our listeners? Why should they care about AGS and what Xpander.ai is doing?
That's the key question, isn't it? The takeaway here is that AGS represents a major step forward in AI agent technology, and it has the potential to revolutionize how we automate complex tasks. Whether you're a business leader, a developer, or just someone who's interested in the future of technology, this is something you should be paying attention to.
I think that's a great point to end on. This is definitely a story worth following closely. It's easy to get caught up in all the hype, but we do need to pause and consider the bigger picture.
Absolutely. As exciting as these advancements are, we can't ignore the potential downsides.
Like the impact on jobs or the possibility of misuse. We need to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly.
Exactly. We need to be thinking about the ethical implications, the potential biases, the need for transparency and accountability.
And we need to make sure that AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
That's right. AI has the power to transform our world for the better, but only if we guide its development with wisdom and foresight.
Well said. So to our listeners out there, we encourage you to dig deeper into Xpander.ai and their work with AGS. Explore the potential benefits, but also consider the challenges. This is a conversation that needs to happen now, not later.
I agree, this is a crucial moment in the evolution of AI, and we all have a role to play in shaping its future.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI agents. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical details at Xpander.ai's AGS to the broader societal implications of increasingly sophisticated AI. It's clear that this is a field that's moving at lightning speed, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Until next time, keep exploring.